Modern chaos and ancient wisdom, notifications pinging nonstop. Pressure to be productive 24/7. Anxiety over that post you saw or the uncertain future. Sound familiar? We live in a world of constant stimuli and challenges that seem to overwhelm us. But what if I told you that one of the most powerful men in history, a Roman emperor, faced his own daily fires and left a manual on how to maintain calm and mental clarity? Get ready to dive into the timeless lessons of Marcus Aurelius, the emperor-philosopher. Let's discover how Stoicism, a philosophy over 2,000 years old, can be your secret weapon for navigating the stress, negativity of social media, and anxiety of the modern world. Are you ready to think like an emperor? The power of inner focus. You have power over your mind, not over external events. Our first lesson is perhaps the most liberating. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "Think about it. How many times do we get stressed out about things we can't control? The traffic jam that makes you late, the mean comment online, the economic instability. The list is endless." Marcus Aurelius reminds us that although we can't control what happens outside, we have total control over how we respond inside. On social media, for example, someone criticizes you without foundation. Your first reaction may be anger, wanting to retaliate. But remember, that person's opinion is beyond your control. What is in your control is your reaction. You can choose to ignore it. You can choose to respond politely, or simply understand that it reflects more on the other person than on you. When anxiety about the future hits, remember this phrase: focus on the present, on the actions you can take now. The rest, let it flow. This is your inner strength. Acceptance of the present. Do not wait for events to happen as you want them, but desire them to happen as they do, and your life will follow well. Here is another gem of wisdom for our turbulent times. Marcus Aurelius advises us. This is not about being passive or giving up on your dreams. It is about understanding that reality will not always align with our perfect plans. How many times have we been frustrated because things don't go as planned? A project at work that goes wrong, a meeting that is canceled, an expectation that is not met. In our daily lives, this means practicing flexibility. Did your boss change the scope of the project at the last minute? Instead of panicking or complaining for hours, accept the new reality and ask, okay, what can I do now with this new situation? This change in perspective dramatically reduces stress. On social media, it is easy to fall into the trap of comparison and wishing our lives were like others. But everyone's reality is unique. Accepting your path with its ups and downs and finding contentment in your present as it is a superpower. It is embracing amor fati, the love of destiny, a powerful Stoic concept. The value of time and action. Do not act as if you were going to live 1,000 years. Death looms over you. While you live, while it is in your power, be good. Time is our most precious and finite resource. Marcus Aurelius had a clear vision about this. How many hours a day do we waste scrolling through endless feeds, worrying about other people's lives, or procrastinating important tasks? The FOMO syndrome, fear of missing out, keeps us stuck, anxious for every update, every new thing. The emperor calls us to action with purpose. Instead of getting lost in what others are doing or saying online, ask yourself, what am I doing with my time? Am I using my days to build something of value, to be a better person, to help others? This awareness of impermanence is not meant to be morbid, but rather a catalyst. If today were your last day, would you be satisfied with how you lived it? This question can be a powerful guide to prioritizing what really matters, cutting through the digital noise and anxiety generated by comparison and the incessant search for external approval. The nature of people and empathy. When you wake up in the morning, say to yourself, the people I will deal with today will be mented, naive, arrogant, dishonest, envious, and antisocial. This phrase may seem pessimistic at first glance, but it is, in fact, an incredibly practical Stoic tool for dealing with social stress. Marcus Aurelius continues, "We live surrounded by opinions, especially online. Aggressive comments, misinformation, people who seem determined to spread negativity. It is easy to get carried away by anger or frustration." What Marcus Aurelius teaches us is to prepare ourselves mentally. It is not about expecting the worst from everyone, but about understanding that people act based on their own perceptions, fears, and ignorance. When you understand that someone's difficult behavior is often not against you personally, but a reflection of their inner problems, it becomes easier to not be shaken. This does not mean tolerating abuse, but rather protecting your inner peace. You cannot control how others act, but you can control how you interpret and react to their actions. This is the essence of Stoic resilience in a hyper-connected and often polarized world. Instead of social anxiety, you cultivate equanimity. The empire of your mind, thinking like an emperor, is not about having power over others, but about ruling the most important empire of all, your own mind. Marcus Aurelius's lessons, forged in the heat of battle, the intrigues of the court, and the quiet of his reflections, are a beacon for us 2 millennia later. In the face of modern stress, the avalanche of information, and the pressure of social media, remember, you have power over your mind. Accept the present as it comes. Use your time wisely and purposefully. Understand human nature to protect your peace. Adopting these Stoic principles won't eliminate all your problems, but it will give you the tools to face them with greater calm, clarity, and resilience. You become less reactive and more proactive, less anxious and more present. Remember, you are the emperor of your mind. Rule wisely.